And the Prime Minister himself, the political leader of the party, made several allegations and insinuations about Dr. Rowley and his conduct, and now he's been successfully screened. Is that not a bit of a double standard?
Well, I try to look at it slightly differently this way. Dr. Rowley had a choice. The political leader had a choice. Dr. Rowley offered himself to be part of the PNM organization. The political leader agreed that that is so. So that notwithstanding whatever the issues were, the fact is that going forward, both Dr. Rowley and the political leader have agreed on something. Once they've agreed that they are going to one offer and the other one accept, it therefore means that the PNM as an institution continues to be as strong as it always was.
So you as party chairman have no problem with the political leader firing a man from the cabinet, as party chairman here, firing a man from the cabinet and then describing him. All of this is played out, and you are the party chairman observing all of this in the public domain. Wajang, this, that, and the other names being called, and then you have people like Penelope Beckles being rejected, and people like Dr. Keith Rowley, who's been accused of so much, and a lot has been insinuated, positively screened.
Shelley, the issue is this. Within the context of party politics, within the context of the organization called the People's National Movement, and in any other organization, the reason that it has succeeded and the reason that it continues to succeed is because there is an established set of rules to which all members agree. And the way we accept our responsibilities is as follows. We offer ourselves, and it is the political leader and it is the party that determines. There are various groups of individuals who he consults with, who he takes counsel from, who he interacts with, but at the end of the day, the decision is his. And therefore, whatever the decisions are that a political leader makes, we support it. If we have different views, then we make it available to him. And we basically argue in the context of the merits or demerits of a particular course of action. In instances, his first position would have been changed, and in some instances as well, he listens and he explains his particular objective. Was
there debate when it comes to this whole Keith Rowley thing? Was there debate or discussion, or was it just...
as it relates to the screening?
The screening of Keith Rowley. Let's start with the screening of Dr. Keith Rowley. Was there discussion, and were there feelings or views expressed, opinions expressed?
Oh, absolutely. During the screening process, what normally happens is that the executive of the constituency, the screening committee, and Dr. Rowley engaged in a conversation.
No, not the conversation. Behind closed doors, apart from Dr. Rowley, when the deliberations were taking place, were there very strong opinions expressed, the screening committee and the political leader? I mean, I know that he is the chairman of the screening committee, but were very strong views expressed, or was it pretty much consensus on how to move forward?
No, I think that the screening committee generally tries to determine a couple of things. Some of the things are the individual's commitment to the organization, the individual's support for the organization, any issues in which the individual may or may not be able to support the party in whatever it is doing. That's the conversation that takes place on an ongoing basis. And once the screening committee is satisfied that the candidate can meet those objectives and that it fits into the wider organizational framework, then it comes out.
Let's talk Penelope Beckles, though. A lot of people were very, very upset. So PNM supporters, non-PNM supporters, disgusted was the word used with what was done, or the way Penelope Beckles and her candidacy was treated by the political leader. Is that going to be an issue that will haunt the PNM? We've heard the threats of no Penny, no vote, no Roberts, no vote, no Dumas, no vote.
The way the system works is as follows. There are going to be party group nominations. And once there's a party group nomination, what it suggests is that the screening committee, the executive, must meet and deal with what comes before them. In the case of Arima, we had two candidates. And therefore, the screening committee had to look at the two candidates and determine, on the basis of a number of things, what its recommendation would be. So that once you subscribe to the process, you understand that for every screening, it really is based on what at the particular point in time is the requirement.
And I hear you when you say that there is a process and systems and procedures to be followed, but there is a public perception, a very public perception, that this was based on the fact that there's bad blood and tension between Penelope Beckles and the political leader of the PNM, that Laura Lizama was pitted against Penelope Beckles in the party's own internal elections. Penelope Beckles, I think it was for the post of youth officer, defeated overwhelmingly Laura Lizama. The people of Arima, from what we've seen and doing reports in the constituency, they are familiar with Penelope Beckles. How could the screening committee come to a decision? Is it really the voice of the people is the voice of God, or is it the voice of the political leader is the voice of God?
Well, you have to recognize that in the system that we operate in, there are a lot of experiences and there are a lot of different elements to any particular decision. The political leader of his own, for example, has a particular set of experience in the matter of selection of candidates and in the matter of government. He brings that to the table in exercising that particular judgment. Whether he's right or is wrong is really not the issue. The issue is that that is what he comes to the table at this particular point in time. And remember, the remit of the political leader is to give the party the best chance, in his opinion, to do two things. One, to win an election, yes, but also to run the government, but also to ensure that you have a group of young politicians who can take over. The party is 54 years old. It didn't get there simply on the basis of no plan. It got there on the basis of a strategic plan that said that at some point in time, one needs to have available to it a group of young politicians who you can school, keep, train, so that 5 years, 10 years, the new leaders will emerge.
And then you just discard the old?
Well, those of us who are involved in the business understands that you serve, and if you are required somewhere else, then the party or the political leader makes that determination. In this particular case, for example, nobody was discarded. What happened is that an offer was made, and I understood that the offer was declined. I am almost sure that other offers will be made. It is a large pie.